everybody! It's me, Carmine DeStefano, the Bookman. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because this previous month I had just read an article in one of my favorite magazines, Game Informer, about the latest craze that's hitting the gaming world, virtual reality. And it seems as though some really big players are jumping on board, including Sony and, of course, the CEO of Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg, otherwise known as God. But pains me to say this, I am not jumping on board with this virtual reality thing, and I'm not really sure with the consensus of people that involve themselves in video game playing what it is. Because according to the magazines, it's something that most people are sort of very reluctant to get into. And for me, I really have no interest in this for two main reasons. Obviously, it can't just be one, not with me, I'm too complex a character. But for two main reasons. The first reason being, one of them, like I said, is Sony. This is one of the companies that's getting involved. And Sony, like Microsoft, like everybody that's involved in the new gen of gaming, they haven't mastered this current generation that they pushed so quick to get out when it comes to video game playing. I mean, at this point, you still have long loading times, you still have a massive amount of bugs, you still don't have anything that really innovates the entire aspect of storytelling in gaming, especially role-playing games. I mean, the whole idea of having a bunch of different endings and everything, yeah, that's fantastic, but you didn't really evolve the entire makeup of the game itself. You didn't give us more to invest ourselves in when it came to our characters. It's still playing simple card games or some stupid mindless busy work. There's nothing really evolving in the gaming itself, and we were promised to have all these extra frames per second and all this detail and characters and everything like that. And aside from Bloodborne and maybe Lords of the Fallen, and perhaps some things with Witcher 3, I haven't seen any kind of differentiation between the graphical prowess of this generation and the graphical prowess of the previous generation. And considering the amount of games and the amount of times these games keep getting held back, it doesn't seem to me like you've really mastered this new generation. Now, atop that, to make all of this more complex, they're now also mentioning the next consoles that are coming out, the PS5 and the Xbox 2. So if you're already announcing that you're making new consoles, you're not focusing on the here and now. And if you want to involve yourself in this virtual reality thing, you're going to separate yourselves even more so. You're going to divide yourselves even more so than making this generation of gaming making it better overall, just making it better. That's the first problem. The second problem I have is we already have a real major issue, especially with the youth, especially here in the United States, with people not being at all connected with humanity. People are so wrapped into their fucking cell phones and their goddamn text messaging and shit like that. Nobody can have a simple conversation. Nobody even knows how to type. So-called geeks who are supposed to be intelligent because they play video games and reference anime cartoons and series and shit. These people don't even know how to fucking type words. And their incapacity to learn how to spell has become like mainstream usage, mainstream dictation of words, mainstream pop culture like pwn, P-W-N, and bay, B-A-E. I mean, this is the way humanity has devolved, really, to become these complete data spitters of stupid shit, inane misspellings in text messaging and everything like that. And aside from being so wrapped in their cell phones, people won't even leave the house anymore. Kids are getting fatter, sitting in their fucking homes doing absolutely nothing, being completely worthless, not even being expected to walk a few blocks to get to the fucking bus stop, as opposed to having school buses stop at every fucking street corner. But aside from that, people simply as a whole don't know how to communicate with anybody anymore. And to make matters worse with this virtual reality, now you're giving people the ability to physically escape from reality. This isn't a video game where you're playing as a third person on the outside looking in. This is somebody on the inside. This is somebody being a part of this new world that's being created by this virtual reality device, which is basically like, like one of those swimming goggles, like a snorkel type thing that you strap on your head. And having virtual worlds being built around you, having virtual couches with virtual people sitting there playing virtual games in virtual worlds. Look, I want to play a video game. I want to have fun. I want to enjoy myself. I don't want to have to run around my fucking room. I can do that when I go to the gym or when I play a sport. I don't have to do that in my house. Playing a video game should be an escape. It shouldn't be something that gets me more inserted into a world. And that's not going to make the experience any more realistic, especially when the graphics so far look like cartoons anyway. But I'm just saying that if you're going to tell people who are already trying to displace themselves from reality that they could become even more displaced from reality, that's going to be an issue, especially with the goddamn youth, especially here in the United States. So these are my two issues. Why don't you give me your own opinion of them? Say if you like it, if you want to get involved in it, if you don't want to spend the extra $350 or so to buy these little headpieces so that you can escape into these virtual worlds and everything. Let me know what you think. Leave your comments, questions below. And thank you all for watching. I have more for you soon to come. So stay tuned, take care, and have a great day.